phone won't do portrait style slide. I don't know why. It's funky. But anyways. Oh, today's been a long day. Took 2 naps, which were like maybe half an hour each. Still tired. I don't know why. But anyways. Have you ever just had one of those moments where you look at someone and go, yeah, I think you're done. I think you're done. But then you look back at them and go, oh yeah, you're definitely done. I had one of those moments today. Along with pretty much go fuck yourself sort of thing. Seriously. Sorry, trying to get some music off my Kindle. It's an old Kindle. Gotta find it first. I'm barely on this son of a gun. So. Oh, don't tell me this fucker has to be on too. Seriously. My speaker has to be on. I call bullshit on that. Kindle, speaker. Took the headphone jack for my headphones, which were $138.89 over a year ago when I bought them. So, only reason I remember that because there was 2 8s in it. Only reason. But yeah, that's where I put my water. So this is probably going to be a short live, not a long one like the last video. Vlog. I'll probably just do short vlogs. Just how I am. So. It's just how I am. Once again, gotta keep my hands busy. Yeah, because I was looking at the other one, I'm like, almost half an hour fucking long? Damn. What was I thinking? And then I realized, it's not what I was thinking, it's what I was doing which made it so long. Yeah, I watched maybe 4 minutes total of the full thing, but I kept on fast forwarding through the whole thing. Yeah. That was fun. Okay, so that's that deck. Yeah, that was fun. I don't know if you guys can hear my music. Give me, like, a sign that you can. If not, I'll make it louder. I don't know. Never added music to any of my videos, just how I am. Okay, good. Okay, good. I wasn't sure. Thanks, dude. But yeah, sorry, if you guys don't know who that is, I talk to him quite often through group chat. I don't know where he's from, but I like him. He has more of an input than my own family. And that's kind of funny, honestly. It's just how it is. But yeah. Sorry, I'm in the group chat I was just speaking about. Oh, you're from Kentucky! So you're not far from me! Utah! I should go visit Kentucky. Sounds fun. Just saying. I don't know if you can hear me and the music, because I moved my music. Yeah, I can play it right from this, but I decided not to. Speakers are freaking tiny versus what I have. It's like maybe a $200, $300 thing. I don't know. Someone in my family gave it to me, so I'm using it at least. She promised it to me like years ago when she got a new one, so I got her old one. But yeah. If you can't tell, Magic. It's the only card game I play. I did try to get into Pokemon. That didn't go so well. I think I got 30 cards, and that was back in the early 2000s when it was still somewhat big from the TV series. I'm older than the TV series. It's turning 22 this year. I think in August, I think. If I remember my knowledge right. But yeah. It's just odd that I remember small facts like that. Just how it is. But yeah. Sorry, every time I don't say anything, I'm talking to group chat. On my phone, it's right here. Well, here under my finger. Just where I like to have it. I like to have it on the top right. A lot of people don't. It's the default spot in my opinion. But yeah, just trying to figure out what I want to remove from this deck. Put in land I got. Maybe a week? 2 weeks ago? Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Family member saying dinner's ready. She normally doesn't do it on the weekdays. But this time she prepared it last night and put it in the crock pot today. Well, technically I put it in the crock pot today. Kind of a lazy man's style. I like. But yeah. It's just weird. I mean, it's just how it is. Apparently everyone's saying how hot it is where they are. I have no clue where it is here. I don't check the weather. It's nice and sunny. Just how it is. Just a normal forte. Oh cool! I can change it mid-part. Kind of creepy. I'm putting it back to normal. And here's the lands what I was speaking about. They're uncommon. Oh great, it's backwards for me. Great. But yeah, I have some of these already. I had to buy these ones off of Amazon. I wasn't willing to dig through my collection to get mine. So. Shit, that's only 2. Can't put 5 in because the Rule of Magic says you can only have 4 of one kind of card unless it's a basic land. Then you can have as many you need. Just how it is. Of course, I have all 5 colors of land in this because there's blue, green, white, red, and black in this, and I have all 5 because this deck does not really need a precise kind of color of land. I just put all 5 in because it's an artifact deck, not a precise color. It's colorless. If you know anything about Magic, you would know. But yeah. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if this will actually allow me to do what I'm thinking of doing. Yeah, nothing new in the group chat. Oh, this is really freaking slow. God. Shouldn't buffer like that. Sorry. Trying to log into SoundCloud off tablet. And it's saying web page is not available. No, duh. Could have saw that one coming. Fuck it. I'll figure it out. Not on live stream. Slower than my phone, and my phone's pretty damn slow. I mean, it catches some things, but not everything. So when I open the group chat and someone says sends 30 or plus pictures, it slows down. It's like, fucking Christ. I'll just deal with it here and there. Let's see. 4-2 Golem artifact feature until end of turn. Still land, but I don't want to pay 4. It would help me. That might work. I was thinking about putting the land, which I got, into deck. No, because it's a golem, so it won't work in that deck. Sorry if I'm rambling off random things. I have a deck which is nothing but artifacts. Well, not artifacts. Elements. And it's a 5 color. It's earned the nickname Biohazard. Because it's a bitch. It can poison you, poison your competitor. Depending on how it plays. It's not how you play it, it's how it plays you. I was also thinking about putting in an angel deck, which is nothing but angels, except I think 3 cards. One's a spirit, one's I don't know. I gotta open that up after I figure this bullshit out. Oh, if you have any suggestions for music for the next video, comment it. I'm constantly looking for new ones. I don't do rap or country, but I'll still listen to rap. Because it's what I mostly do on Friday nights when I'm playing Minecraft with a buddy of mine. After we're done doing stuff out in the garden. His garden, not mine. Go over to his house. Ah! Good decks. I've been beaten by both of them. Even a combination of them. Yeah. I'm more of a pure green. Beastie green creatures. Just how I am. It's all fun and game. Sorry, I gotta shuffle my cards after I take them apart. Before I put them back. Not feeling the song. Excuse-moi, that was a nasty ass burp. Listen, man. What is it? This one? To warn you. Not really my music. I haven't had time to put the music on this. It's still under the person who technically added everything. It's linked to her Amazon, not mine. I should do that so I can actually see the one song I did buy off Amazon. It's more of a sound more than a song, so to say. I don't know how to put it. But yeah, but my BC Green deck has 6 Planeswalkers. One's, you have to flip to activate her. I got it off Amazon. I had one at one point, but then I was an idiot and traded it to my uncle who also plays. Yeah, that was a big mistake. Kinda wish I didn't do that. I did lose some really good cards that way. And I gained others which were more helpful at the time. Of course, the ones I have now are not as expensive. but it's still expensive. I mean, the most expensive card I have is almost $121 card. And I mean, I got that when it first came out. I was lucky to get it. It's a Planeswalker. I gotta find it in the deck. I just kind of put away. I don't lose social cues like air quotes that well, so kind of pull them out of context. Just how I am. Is that all 5? Oh yeah. Yeah. That's all 5. I had to move my light. Here's another one. And no, I will not read the name. I suck at reading and writing, so I cheat when I talk on the phone or texting. I use voice to text. That's how I am. Sorry about the mess behind me. I'd like to get a green screen, honestly. But the room I have is a little crowded. Not all of it's fun. Cans you see behind me? Those are mine. Yeah. It's the only energy drink I drink. Here's the 4th, 5th, 6th. It's mostly Nissas I have in this deck. Because when I think of Green Planeswalker, I think of her. She's the most common, so that's why I think of her. At one pre-release, I got one. I was actually quite shocked. It was undated, so it's like, fuck. Kinda wish it was dated. But yeah, I would like to have suggestions on how to actually build a deck. I take it from my cousin, which is 4 years younger than me, but he's a dipshit and he graduated from high school. So he's going through like a schooling thing called Job Corps. I don't know if other states have that or other places in the world has something like that. They pretty much teach you how to do something. Like he's like, oh, you should come with to get your license. I'm like, dude, you gotta remember, we live in a state where everything's fucking close, and that's called Salt Lake City. Yes, I'd like to get my license. I'm 22 and still don't have a license. Yeah, that's kind of gonna bite me in my ass. I'd like to get my license before end of this year. I was gonna try to do that last year, but I moved up to New York. Like, upstate New York, not New York City. If it was New York City, I would, hell no, I'd not get a license or a car. Simply because the roads are already crowded as is. It's just how I am. Oh hey, the owner's back in the group chat. Fancy me that. Let's see what she just said. Oh, wow, yeah. I kind of figured she's still furious about what's going on. For the people who don't know, I don't really talk about what's happening in the group chat for good reason. Because I'm pretty sure most of the people in the group chat would kick my ass for that, even if they're around the world. I still rather not say what's happening in the group chat. Like, yeah, we send pictures, little messages here and there. Sometimes we play games, but it gets a little annoying when we play Facebook Messenger games. Because a lot of us are like, stop playing them. Every once in a while I'll pop in just to annoy the other one. But someone's like, can we stop playing them? I'm like, yeah, I'll promise not to play if someone else promises. And I haven't heard any word, so pretty much I'll take that as a yes. I'll stop playing them. It's just how I am with things like that. I'm not a big Messenger gamer, simply because I play Dragon City on Facebook, and I got pretty damn good at it. Like, I always use the Blizzard, well, technically 3 Blizzards to wipe out things, but the weakness was anything flame. So I kind of got my ass kicked every once in a while. But most of the time I was actually going against higher dragons, like 20 or 30 levels higher than mine, and bringing him down. But yeah. I'll send you a private message then. But yeah, I don't really play because of that reason, and the big reason why I don't play Messenger or Facebook games anymore, because in Dragon City they kept on adding new dragons, and it pissed off hundreds, I mean probably thousands of people who played, because they were not adding habitats, and it's like, seriously. And they kept on having like big events every week. I'm like, no, I have a part-time job, I can't really concentrate on that and my social life and my job at the same time. So I dropped Dragon City, and next thing I know, I didn't really have a social life. I'm like, oh, what's the problem with having Dragon City again? Then I realized, oh yeah, they kept on adding fucking dragons, which was pissing me off and hundreds of other people. Then I decided, nah. Then the person I was living with, which is an old roommate now. The reason why, because I moved out of there and moved to New York. But long story short, he's like, well, you can watch stuff off Netflix. I'm like, yeah, I don't have the money. Dude, I'm barely getting by with what I was making. I was making $8.20 US dollars an hour, mixed with like almost a $300 rent. Plus the food I was supposed to get, I was making maybe a little over, almost $500 every 2 weeks. It's like $460 at minimum to $473, $74 maximum, unless I took extra shifts. But I was working like 30 hours a week. Every once in a while, yeah, I topped out at like 80, 82, 83 hours every 2 weeks. And people ask me, why don't you come out and hang out with us? I'm like, one, because I work, and by the time I get home, I'm too tired to do anything. Or I'm too frustrated and I just want to kill people because they're assholes. And, oh yeah, long story short, I worked fast food drive-thru. That's what I did for a year and 3 weeks. Well, technically a year. I worked for the company for a year and 3 weeks. The boss I have, he's like, oh, you're ready for drive-thru? I'm like, no, nothing that fast. Because I used to work for Taco Bell, and you have to take their name for their order unless they're on drive-thru. And it was no big shock that people found out I couldn't really spell, because they were pressuring me to get the orders put in and actually out. I'm like, okay, I can't spell if you're forcing me to do something. It's just how it is. And long story short, I just said, fuck it. And the boss at the time, drive-thru, I'm like, fine, yes. And sooner or later, I got pretty damn good because I didn't have to take names. All I had to do was just pay them out and hand them the food and take orders. Sometimes it was kind of complicating doing all three at once. It was kind of a bitch. Sometimes I actually had to have someone else right next to me and help me. Kind of calm me down to find out it was a sexy-ass person, but I sooner or later found out it was fucking jailbait. Yeah, if you don't know what jailbait is, shame on you. You should know. But yeah, it was all fun games for a little bit. Then I found out I was slacking because I was paying more attention to the jailbait than my job. Then my cousin had to step in and help. Oh, by the way, it was two, a wall and a spirit in the artifact there. He had to step in and realize, oh shit, my cousin's being slow because we worked at the same job. I got him into it because he's like, well, Kmart's closing their doors, so can I come with? Because he worked at Subway before Kmart. Dumbass mistake. And the reason why it's a dumbass mistake, it's not fully his fault, it's more of like, because his boss at Subway is a female, so she was kept on giving the 2 other females all the fucking hours. I mean, he, in a 2-week time period, he was lucky to get 4 hours. So he didn't really need a job at the time, just wanted one. Of course, he was still going to school, so he had more time to focus on the schoolwork than his job. And so yeah, it was all fun and games. But it was stupid as hell, hands down. Sorry, I'm messaging someone, and I don't want to do the voice to text. Trying to remember how to spell. It's been a while since I've actually done that. Come on, phone, give me the space. Thank you, fucker. Okay. Okay, where's that charger? Not the one for the Kindle. Okay, I gotta use the one which is actually meant for the phone. Not the one I like to use, which is shorter. Huh! I should probably plug in my speaker too. I'm gonna have cords all over my lap. I'll show you guys after I get this shit plugged in. I actually sit on the ground when I do this shit. I don't like to sit in a chair. Even if there's a chair right there and a perfectly good desk, which is, well, crowded with not all my shit. So, but yeah, it's just stupid because he wasn't getting the hours he needed. And he just quit. Because he wasn't the only one there who went to the same school. Most of his coworkers were his age and a year younger. And his boss was about my age, almost in her 30s. I have never seen her, so I can't say anything about her. Then he left there to go to work Kmart. And he got his girlfriend in. And it was like... stupid move right there. I knew it was a stupid move. And it's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? It was just like, can I just backhand you for working with your girlfriend? I knew that was a big no-no. Like, hands down, I knew that was a big no-no. And he kept it going for the whole time he was working at Kmart. Of course, they had more fights and more disagreements. He calls them disagreements, but I'll actually say more fights. I mean, to the point where some nights she slept over, and the next morning I find her on the couch upstairs between our 2 rooms because I slept in the basement. I'm more of a basement sleeper because there's not enough light there, and I was perfectly fine. I'm not a big light person. You could say I'm kind of like a vampire. Don't like light. And I don't get, well. Yeah. It makes no sense, right? That was odd. But yeah, not a big light person. And yeah, I need 2 fucking lights to do a recording. The one on the ceiling, which is totally unethical. I would like to do things. Well, I like the dark, and one of my friends is like, dude, you're a vampire, you don't get out that much. I'm like, dude, I work a 6-hour shift from 11 to 5. I can't go out and actually have a social life. And one of my gay friends recently, he's like, oh, you should come to the bar with me. I'm like, dude, you know I don't have a ride. He's like, oh, I can come and get you. I'm like, second thought, just give me some time first. He's like, okay. And I haven't spoken to him since then. But yeah, it was just funny. So I got my cousin to come work with me, And next thing I know, he got his girlfriend to come work. I'm like, seriously? Fuck. They were together for like a 2.5 years, so I gotta give him credit for that. I don't know what the fuck he did. It was probably the sex. He did say something about that. I did smack him every time he brought up the subject, though. I'm like, I don't need to know about you and your girlfriend's sex life. Every time you bring up yours, I'll bring up mine. And he's like, checkmate. I'm like, thank you. And he always gave me, what the fuck's wrong with you look. It's different for each person, but his was like a typical, what the fuck look. But he brought up the fact he enjoyed working with me for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, because I started night, I was working like 10-hour shifts for 3 days a week. I absolutely fucking miss those. I love working nights. It's just what I did. Especially when I worked 3 days a week out of 7. That means I could have 4 days to do whatever I want. And most of the time, I was playing Skyrim. It was nice. Then down the line, I started having day shifts, 11 to 5, which was a 6-hour shift. Then, before I actually kind of shifted to the day shifts, I started to date this chick. I mean, not a skinny one. She's kind of a bitch now. Because she won't answer any of my messages, and it irritates the living fuck out of me. And it's like, seriously, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and agree with, I'm the one who fucked up the relationship. In reality, I know you did at least half of it. And she bitched at me constantly. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm sick and tired of your bullshit. And she accused me of saying, because we were gonna try to have a kid together. That shit went south. But anyways, I was working with a girlfriend. My cousin was working with a girlfriend. Next thing I know, all 4 of us were working at the same time. Because she was a manager, I wasn't. Neither my cousin or his girlfriend were managers, and non-managers can't date crew members. That was kind of hard to keep a secret, especially from the area coach. She found out about 2 months in. She kind of left it alone for a little bit, which was nice. I mean, when I say a little bit, I mean like 3 days. That was a little bit. Because I dated her for, I want to say 9.5 months. The first run, the second time was less than a week, because she accused me of cheating when I was hanging out with my roommate, 2 of his co-workers, and a mutual friend of ours. And who are you talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to my girlfriend, dude. He's like, oh, you mean that bitch? I'm like, yeah, that one. He's like, dude, I thought you broke up with her. I'm like, I did. Yeah, well, technically, at the time, we weren't sure, because she called me at like 11 o'clock at night, because she knew I was up by then, because I didn't go to bed until like 2 in the morning, because I didn't have to be up until 7, so I kind of got 5 hours of sleep. But stuff hit sideways, and next thing I know, we broke up again because she accused me of cheating. Horrible, horrible thing. But between the first and second time, she was apparently trying to get a hold of me, and I just went, no, you screwed me over for a while, and shit went sideways. I mean, it was nice to work with her. I mean, she transferred to a different store because she had to, because the area coach is like, nah, you guys can't date and work at the same store. Same thing with family members. Sorry, I have something in my eye which fucking the living shit out of me. But yeah, so she transferred to a store which was like 8-9 miles away. There was one closer, but it wasn't under the same control as the area coach, which made sense. So she transferred to that one. Then one day she came back before we started to date for the second time. Work together. And one of the managers there, and my cousin's like, okay, so we have good news and bad news. I'm like, what's the bad news? And messenger's like, not the messenger, the manager's like, how about we tell you the good news before we tell you the bad news? I'm like, nah, bad news first. They're like, oh, by the way, your ex is gonna be working here for like a couple weeks. I'm like, you fucking assholes. My cousin got a kick out of that because he knew I really didn't mean it, but the manager's like, you called me an asshole. I'm like, yes. Well, not mostly you, it's more like my dipshit cousin over here. He's like, oh. And my cousin's like, you really meant that? I'm like, yes. You'll get a swift kick in the ass as soon as I get off. He's like, but that's in like 3 hours. I'm like, technically it's 4.5. You forget I say after a little bit because we're gonna have freight today, so screw you. It's like, shit. I'm like, yep. Because I was the person who unloaded the truck on the days it came. Unless it came early enough, then there was someone else who unloaded it before I got on. Complicating, by the way. But they were like, and the good news is you're not gonna be here for long. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. So that night, because it was like 4:30 or 4:30 or 4 p.m. Can't remember the exact date. Thank God. She got my number off the board in the office because everyone who works there had to have their number for, like, if someone wanted to take a shift or someone need their shift covered or wanted someone's number to see if they could take their shift or for someone to fill their shift. She messaged me. I'm like, who the fuck is this person? So she's like, do you want to date me again? Like, who the fuck is this? She sends me a picture of her. I'm like, oh, I'll think about it. In my head, I'm like, oh, I'll just think about it for 3 days. Not even a day and a half later. Yeah, so, cord mess. Gotta grab my light. Nerf. Piece of shit. My speaker's plugged in, my phone's plugged in, which the white cord is the phone, the black one, which is there, technically for the Kindle. The white charger with the black cord goes to my speaker. I can plug in a better speaker, but I'm kind of a lazy fuck right now. Dinner's actually done. I'm not gonna go get dinner, honestly. Just how it is. But yeah. Damn fucking Lego stand. But yeah. Shit went sideways and my cousin gave me shit for working with an ex. And now he's at Job Corps with his new girlfriend. I'm like, dude, that's gonna hit sideways so fucking quick and you're gonna fucking hate yourself for it. It's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yeah, it will. Because the last time I spoke to him was last weekend? Yeah, like 4 days ago? 4 days. It was on the phone because I was curious if he was coming to the barbecue party. Because it was mostly for adults and he's 4 years younger than me, so he's like 19. Turning 19 in August, I think. He's like, no, just driving around with a friend. I'm like, dude, you'd rather do that than instead of getting drunk, because his dad doesn't care. I mean, it's a big no-no in my opinion. I kind of want to slap my uncle for that, but not my problem. Not my son. It's his fault. But yeah. It's all fun and stupid shit. But yeah, next thing I know is his dad comes. I'm like, so when is the dipshit coming? He's like, I don't know. I don't even think he's coming. I'm like, oh, okay, great. That's fantastic. And then his 2 younger sisters was like, yeah, the dipshit's not coming. I'm like, go fucking figure. But the time before I saw that, I was drunk. I mean, I had like 8 beers. I had some food in me, but not enough. Not like a typical person. I ate like twice that day. Out of like a Hobbit schedule. Or I'm supposed to eat like a Hobbit according to my mother. I was like somewhat out of it. But I still knew what I was doing. Like, I found out being drunk on a trampoline is a big no-no. No, I did not barf. Playing Magic when you're drunk is actually quite fun. I should try that again. I did find out my strength kind of doesn't get depleted, but the feeling of knowing what you're hitting kind of goes gone. Like, if you ever seen, like, Haven off Netflix, I'm kind of one of the characters when I'm drunk. Yes, only 8 on that day. Of course, doesn't help I had 4 shots before then. Don't ask me what the fuck that was, because after the 4th beer, I can't, well, technically after the 3rd, I can't really taste anything. Like, no food or alcohol, I can't taste. So someone's like, oh, here, have a shot. I'm like, okay. Next thing I know, I was oblivious, utterly freaking oblivious. Hence, 8 beers. Yeah, not doing that again. Last time I was that drunk, and I had 6 beers. No, 36 beers in 2 hours. And I was out in upstate New York when I was living up there with my parents. I bought the beer, so. Damn, dude. Yeah, see, I don't drink wine. No. But the time before I had 36 beers was New Year's, not 2018. I think it was 2016, because the reason I remember, because I went to a place called the Salt Palace in the state of Utah, in Salt Lake City, with some of my high school buddies. Not my high school, my junior high buddies. They invited me. I was just going to stay home and play Skyrim. And it was just fun. Yeah, I think we all get it from our fathers. But yeah. I got home from that, and my uncle's like, here, have 2 shots. I'm like, okay. I mean, I didn't eat anything all day. I had, like, nothing in my stomach. Which was normal for me, not eating anything like that, because it's kind of a habit which got rolled over through junior high to high school, and then through my working career, which was, like, tiny. But yeah. It was normal for me not to eat anything, because I could go 2 or 3 days without eating anything. But after, like, the 3rd day hit, I'm like, okay, I gotta eat something, or I'm gonna pass out when I'm playing Skyrim, or I'm playing Minecraft, or watching a movie, or watching a video. It was just how it is. But that night, my uncle gives me 2 shots, and my cousin comes in, he's like, are you already drunk? I'm like, yes, because I have nothing in my stomach. My uncle's like, wait, you haven't had anything today? I'm like, no. He's like, go in the cupboard, grab a can of soup, and open it and eat it. Like, I'm actually going to go to bed, dude. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I have to work in like 10 hours. He's like, oh. I'm like, yeah. Because at the time I was doing night shift, so I had the day off for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, which was odd. But just how it was. Kind of shit hit. Some shit hit the fan. I mean, I did go to that New Year's party at the Salt Palace with a hot ass fucking chick. She hates me. I didn't know that until then. And then one of her friends, which her nickname is Dolly. She doesn't look like a doll. It was an abbreviation of her name. I can't remember what her full name was. But we always called her Dolly through junior high. And it stuck real well. So I thought, maybe I should have a nickname. No, I was known as the dumbass. I earned that one real good. But then after a while, I gave up on drinking until I got to New York and bought myself a 36-pack of Guinness. Yeah. My parents thought, oh, that should last you a while. I'm like, no. That's not going to last me a while at all. That seems shitty, dude. But yeah, I didn't really give a shit. Every once in a while, I went down to my work and like, oh, I want something to eat. They're like, what do you want? A quesarito? A Bel Grande? I'm like, no. 10 bean burritos, thank you very much, because I worked at a Taco Bell. I could go down and get like 10 bean burritos for like 4 or 5 bean burritos value, and they were like less than $2. Which was nice because I could get a manager's code, like, oh, hey, I need your code. And they're like, okay, did you work today? No, but I will. He's like, okay. I'm like, thank you. I couldn't do that when the area coach was there. She wasn't a fan of things like that. Especially when you get promised something like becoming a manager or a person who officially trains all the newcomers, because there was a shit ton. But I was gonna go down after I had the drinks with my uncle. Yeah. But yeah, it was a shock that I was actually that drunk that night. I think it was tequila? I know it wasn't rum. I hate fucking rum. I hate tequila too, but I know it wasn't rum. I'm more of a beer drinker. Just how I am. Then the 28th, when I saw my cousin, I was like drunk with the 4 shots and the 8 beers. My cousin's like, oh, so this is what your drunk face looks like. I'm like, yeah, I told you I promised to show you what I would look like when I'm drunk. He's like, at least you don't have your axe anymore. I'm like, I can actually go and grab that. He's like, no, sit your ass down. Because I gave him my phone. Because I was talking to an ex-girlfriend. Wow, dude. But yeah, I gave him my phone. So I wouldn't talk to an ex-girlfriend who's the bitch I mentioned earlier in the live stream. But yeah, I gave him my phone. He's like, how about I give this to her aunt? I'm like, good point. So she held on to my phone for a little bit until almost 2 hours later, then I got it back. Because my cousin and I were playing Magic, and I needed my phone to listen to music. So we did that, but he still had my phone, so I couldn't message. Which was shitty. I was kind of hoping to actually message her at least once. Like she would listen to it. She's just a numbnut. Just imagine this face. A bit more dazed and tired. That's pretty much me drunk. It was fun. Seriously? I can't tap on that? Fucker. It tells me how many people up here, well, up here, how long I've been live and how many people and how many likes. It doesn't tell me how many comments. But yeah, it's just weird that it's like that. But yeah, that was fun. Let's see, there was me, my uncle, my aunt, and I think 8 other adults, which were there. And my phone's not charging, you piece of shit cord. No wonder why I don't use you. But yeah, we were all there. I wasn't the drunkest out of all of them, but it was pretty damn been doing. So I had fun. Quite fun. For other people who actually watch this, I'm gonna tell you I'll probably do a video on Mondays and do a live stream on Wednesday or Thursdays if I'm not tired or doing other things. So I'll probably just end this before it hits an hour because it just hit over 50 minutes and I know I promised to do less than a half an hour vids. Yeah. daydreaming over here. So, I should probably let you guys go.